people. Welcome back to another episode of KastKing Fishing Frenzy Live with Nikki and our wonderful special guest, FLUKEMASTER. He is
What is up?
back. FLUKEMASTER is back, guys. What's going on? Look at all these people. We got Gary, Matt, Uncle Yukon. What's up, Maddie? You can read all the comments now, Fluke?
Yep, I'm starting to get them.
Okay,
Yep.
awesome. What's going on? I see everybody in here having a party. Hey, Gary. Yeah, I love you guys. You guys are always, every time I pop on a preview and then I hit the live, they're always in here already. I love that. That's awesome. What's going on, guys? You can see we got FLUKEMASTER back. It's going to be a great show. We're just hanging out. We're going to be talking everything fishing, and catch up on some questions because I told you guys last time we had FLUKEMASTer on that we would get him back, and we got him back. And you guys are able to the questions you didn't get to ask last time, you can ask, and he's going to let us know a little bit of what he's been doing, what's been going on, and how fishing's been for him. And we'll have a giveaway. Big Peppo. Hi, Big Peppo. Go dogs, they're saying. Go dogs, Fluke.
That's my people.
Juan. Hi, Juan. Hello. Yeah, FLUKEMASTER and his Georgia, his dog's hat. He's so known for that. I think a couple people asked me a few times, do you think he'll ever wear a different hat? I'm like, nope. I said, has he? Have you ever seen him in a different hat? Oh,
True,
no.
true story. True story. I was at the ICAST a number of years ago, and was it Lumacraft or was it Motor Guide? It was a Lumacraft. It had a big team meeting. No, it was Mercury. Had a big team meeting, and
Mhm.
and so on the way in the door, they had guys taking pictures. They were going to be pictures for their website, and they gave me a hat to wear, and I'm like, nope. And they were like, well, this was just a camera crew, photographer crew, and so they couldn't make any decisions. I was like, let me tell you something. And BRP owned, and I didn't know it was a Lumacraft, because so BRP owned a Lumacraft at the time, and I was like, a Lumacraft doesn't have enough money, or I said BRP didn't have enough money to get me to wear a different hat. So it was. I made a scene. I didn't mean
I
I,
wish
I didn't mean to get all diva on them, but I'm not going to wear a different hat.
I wish I could have been there. I wish I could have been a fly on the
Well,
wall because
and the thing is nobody will ever recognize me without this hat on.
exactly. The
Yep.
very first video I saw when you did your YouTube videos, when you would be out
Yep.
on the water, which I don't remember exactly where you were all the time. You were out on the boat, but you're in a specific spot on the water all the time. You'd be teaching people,
Yep.
different techniques and stuff. That's why I first learned about you. And
Yep.
that's where I saw the hat. And it just stands out. I mean, it's red,
Yep.
it's, Georgia dogs. And
Yep.
how can you not? If you started that, it's you.
Yep.
It's like
Yep.
Bill Dance in his hat.
Yeah.
So
It was an Evinrude meeting. That's what it was. I want to make sure I
Evan
got my
Root.
facts straight. Yep. So
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Big Peppo, Maddie FLUKEMASTER, I need some new YouTube videos from you on how to use a pig and jig. Pig and jig.
ah, that's old school. I don't use a
Can
pig and jig anymore. I
can
just use
somebody
a regular
explain that?
jig. So
What's a
go
pig and
that
jig?
the original trailer for a regular football jig or whatever kind of dragon jig
Hmm.
was a pork trailer, was made out of pork skin, and they
Okay.
called it a jig and pig is what they called it. And they
Oh,
still make those. They actually stopped making them for another number of years, and now they make them again. They're called Uncle Josh's pork trailers, I think is what they're called, and they come in this little bitty can, and if you left them out and to dry, they would shrivel up and turn into leather, and you'd never get them off the hook.
oh my
And
gosh.
and they worked great, and they still work great. But
Did it work?
if you
Did it
if
catch
you're
them?
looking if they're looking for a video on jig fishing, just go search it up and look for my videos. I've got two or three really really good ones. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah,
I never heard of it. That's something
yeah,
new. You're teaching me something new, Maddie. I heard that.
and
And
just tells my age.
you're not old. And yay, it was your birthday. It was your birthday last week. Happy birthday,
It
Fluke.
was yeah, it was the last week or the week before last. It was
It might have
12
been the
days
week.
ago. So yeah, week
Yeah.
before
Happy
that, Friday.
birthday.
Yep, I turned
You
50
you
years old.
you don't look it. You don't look it, man.
So
You look great.
thanks.
Do you do anything fun? All right, let me guess. You went fishing?
Not on my birthday. I actually spent eight
Oh,
days organizing tackle and getting all that crap together, and when you got a barn full of tackle, it's a whole different world. And so, and plus 35, 40 years of tackle. I found a bag of soft plastics that I had used 22 years ago, and
Wow.
I remember catching a 5 pound bass off of it, and I used that same bag of plastics for a while and then stopped using it. But I found it and ended up throwing it away because it was old. They were old and dried up. But yeah,
Wow.
unbelievable.
Well, that's great. Um, Happy birthday. I was old before they ended using pork rinds. Uncle Yukon said. You can always count on Uncle Yukon with the jokes. I still have pork rinds from the 80s. Oh my
Yep, I,
gosh.
I still have a couple of jars from the 80s too.
We were helping Spanish fellow look for BFS. Oh, BFS. Okay.
Yep,
Was there a live last week? No, Rockwell. We did not have a live last week. Fluke was on. I
yep.
think you just saw we were promoting for this week, Rockwell. Nikki, where is the alligator bait maker guy? Yes, I'll talk about him in a minute, Maddie. But we were just going to talk a little bit here with Fluke. And then we have some new baits to talk about, which I'm real excited about right here. And this is from Ryan. These are really, really awesome. The Gator baits. We'll talk about them a little bit. We're going to have a giveaway today. And we're going to be talking everything fishing with Fluke. And so Luke, what have you been up to since the last time we had you on? Have you had any tournaments, or have you been
I've
just
been
kind
I've
of
been prepping for 3 tournaments. I've got a what's called the Knucklehead tournament coming up next week on Gunnersville, and what it is there's actually 4 monthly tournaments that me and several other influencers or YouTubers put on. Chad Hoover, Gramps, Creek Dalton, a couple other or Creek Fishing Adventures, and a couple of other guys, bunch of other guys, Alex Rudd. And we have 4 months of tournaments, and the winner of each month gets put on one of our teams, and then we bring them to Gunnersville, and we have a tournament. I think it's a 2 day tournament, or is it a 1 day? I can't remember. But anyway, we have a tournament next weekend where the 5 of us fish against all the other teams, and then those 4 winners get to split the $10,000 check at the end. And
10,000?
yes,
Ooh,
$10,000. At least I think that's what it is. I have not looked at the rules. I've been so busy getting ready for the next tournament up that I haven't even paid much attention to what's going on with that one, which I feel kind of bad about. So then I've got the Bassmaster Kayak Series tournament on Caddo Lake in Louisiana 2 weeks after that. And then in November, I've got the Georgia State Championship Bass. Was like the Bass? Anyway, they're the state championship for BASS. So 3 tournaments,
oh
and
my
that one's
god,
on Lake Hartwell. And me and Lake Hartwell have never gotten along, so we'll see how that goes. So the goal is to get qualified for the kayak bass fish or the Bass Kayak Series Championship at Lake Fork next year. So I got 2 chances to do that. So
gosh!
yep.
Every time I speak to you, you're getting ready for a tournament. You're in a tournament. You got a tournament coming up. Do
Yep.
you ever
And
get?
so the goal, and I'm going to test it out next week if I can get everything together. The goal is I just rigged up my kayak with this with Elon Musk's Starlink, the little the
The,
basically the portable Wi-Fi is what it is. And so I actually have Starlink on my kayak, and the goal is to start live streaming TikTok live
are you
every
kidding
day
me?
for 4 to 6 to 8 hours every day. Just have
Oh
it
my
on and be
gosh!
streaming. But I want to stream my tournaments as I'm fishing them. So I'll have it. I'm gonna try to have it hooked up to a camera behind me, so the people can just come and just watch me fish a tournament. And I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be like we do where it's question and answer. I'm gonna be fishing a tournament, and they're just gonna be watching over my shoulder while I do it. So I'll be the
Fluke,
first kayak angler to go full live during a tournament. So
I was just gonna say that. Do you realize that you're gonna be the first
hey, if you ain't
person to
first, you're
stream?
last.
Ricky Bobby, baby. Uh,
Yeah.
is this something you've been thinking of, or is
Oh
this
yeah, for
something that
like
you've
two
been wanting
years. Mm-mm, 2 years I've been trying to
to?
do it. Yeah, and I've been waiting on the technology to get there. And as soon as Starlink came out with the new Mini, and then they made it affordable for me to be able to do is what's called in motion, where you can actually move around with the dish. then and made it affordable. They only increased my monthly rate by $15 is all it did, and that's like 2 weeks ago. So, but are we stuttering? Uh-oh, we froze up.
Okay, we froze a little bit.
Yep, yep. She's got
Okay.
storms, guys, coming in through her area, so you never know.
Yeah, well, you too. It's coming up to you. We have a hurricane, guys, and
Yep,
last time we had Fluke on, we were in the middle of a hurricane as well. Now we're in the middle of a hurricane. I'm just going to start calling it Hurricane Fluke because this is
yep,
this is ridiculous. Every time we get you on, it's a hurricane. I mean, I
yep.
can't take it.
So,
But
what I was saying was, and so that for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing tests and stuff to make sure everything's good with that. But it'll be TikTok lives. I might even do some Facebook and YouTube lives. But TikTok's really where it's at. So,
that is going to be
but
amazing. Fluke, that's going
yep,
to change the game. That's going to
it's
change
gonna
the
be
game.
fun. And of course, there's gonna be bugs. There's gonna be hiccups and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you
But
work it out as you go along, and then
yeah,
you make it better
exactly.
and better until you perfect it to what you want. I mean, that's crazy. Is that something that, because I always have issues when I go out on the water. I want to do my live. I want to take them out on the water, go fishing, and do
Yep.
my live. But every time I go, the service, I can't
Oh yeah.
stay on and I get knocked off. Is that something that would help me? I mean,
So the one I did day before yesterday, when I first got it mounted on my kayak, was on my home lake, which has no cell signal at all. I mean, I can get a text, but I can't send a text out. And
okay.
so
Yeah.
it's just horrible. And I did a 2.5 hour live with no hiccups.
God, I
You
would
know,
love that. I
yeah.
would
And
love
so
that.
and it's only $165 a month once you get the actual receiver itself. And so, and I think the receiver cost me 700, I think, 600 or $700. So it's a good initial investment. So when you guys are watching me on TikTok, just kind of donate a little bit. Help me get some of that
Just
money.
kind of like help them along,
It's a lot of
guys.
cash.
It's yeah, it's pretty crazy. He's gonna need a little help there.
Yeah, well,
Um,
it's funny whenever I get like when I got sign on with KastKing and whenever I make videos about my sponsor stuff, there's always some moron that says, "Yo, you're such a sellout," and I'm like, dude, you get to watch my videos for free. I have to
exactly.
spend $40,000 a year to make them.
You're not charging for a subscription. You're not charging them to get on for YouTube or whatever for your videos that you make to teach people to fish. You don't charge them to come, watch you to take a picture with you like some of
Yep,
these pros do. You don't. What are they saying? You're like the most down to earth. You're for the people. You
yep.
know. Oh my God.
Still got to keep my wife happy. That's for sure.
You
You
gotta have to
know.
make money somewhere.
Yeah.
You can't do every single thing for free. People don't understand that. The moment something happens where money comes in, or they hear about a money situation where you're getting paid, or you're a sellout, or you ruined, or blacklisted. It's ridiculous, really.
Yeah, yeah.
A
Oh,
lot of people
big
don't.
big Peppo. I write everything off, bro. I mean everything. it's
Fluke
it is.
Master
I
is a
gotta.
free master,
Yeah,
Melissa.
I got a really good tax guy. That's for sure. So yeah, but yeah, it's funny. People
It's
don't
true,
realize how
Jose.
much money it costs to produce content. And even when I'm only paying my son to do my editing. I do all my filming and everything else. And
Yeah, you don't
it's
even have a guy for that.
yeah.
You don't have an editor.
Yep. So
Yeah.
what I tell my sponsors when I'm talking about or potential sponsors, and I told you guys this too when was talking to KastKing, I said, "You're not paying me to do this. You're paying my wife to let me do this," and it's a hundred
But
percent
it's
true.
true. It's
Yep.
true. It's true. It's true.
Yep.
Fluke. Well, we'll take a couple questions, and I have something I wanted to ask you. I wanted to talk about
Yep.
your little dip that you took in the water.
Oh.
Maddie says Fluke against Jen and Dustin Muse, and who you think will catch the biggest fish? Answer that question for me.
Oh gosh. Come on
Jen
now.
and Dustin Muse.
I caught a 23, a 22 and a half, and a 20 and three quarters yesterday.
Oh my God.
All
You
right.
guys, I would kill for that. You
Yep.
guys know it's been so hard here. Oh, I'd kill at this point. I'd kill for a 2 pounder. Um,
And
our
that's me
our
being a little cocky, but yeah, yesterday was a good day.
Fluke, you have a right to be cocky. Let's just admit that. RJM Fishtail says, people called me a sellout using KastKing, whatever. It's affordable and it works.
It
Not a
does.
sellout. Yeah. How could you be a sellout?
So
You're getting, yeah.
it, we discussed this last time, but I'll do a little bit more of an explanation. So I know the entire history of KastKing. You know that. I've always
Mm-hmm.
followed you guys. I've always kept my eye out and seen what's going on. I've been a huge fan of yours for years and watching all this stuff. And yes, they were not great when they first came out. And you guys know that. And everybody knows
Right.
that. What I
We
love
admit
about
that.
KastKing is they want to keep getting better and keep getting better and better and stuff. And now there's, the rods are great, the reels are amazing for the price. I'm like, you know cannot believe they're spending less than $100 for reels that feel like they're 125 $150 reels. I'm
Exactly.
not saying they're Shimano's, I'm not saying they're Daiwas, I'm saying they're really good reels for the price that you're paying. And
Mm-hmm.
so, and like I've discussed with you guys many times, is the rods are really good, you just need some little bit beefier medium heavies, which we're working on right now. So
Exactly.
it is what it is. And like I said, when I go at the powers that be in KastKing and say, look, we need to do this, this, and this. It's a good idea to improve this, this, and this. They're like, let's do it. They're not like, you're just a fisherman. We don't need to
No.
listen to you. We're
They
the ones that make the decisions.
they
No, they were
value
like,
your opinion. They
yep.
need
They're
it,
like, come
you
on,
know?
let's go.
Fluke, you've been in the game for years,
Yep.
for years, and just like everything else, you've had trials and tribulations along the way. You've worked through everything. You've tried, you know, experimented with what works and what doesn't, and
Yeah.
you've been out there. You're out there fishing every single day, tournaments, or out there on the water just because you're learning. You're figuring things out. You're testing products out.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
value your opinion.
Yeah. And
Greatly. You're a big name.
Melissa's right with her comment. They're
What did
still
Melissa
keeping it
say?
affordable.
Yes,
Always
exactly.
trying to improve, but the main thing is you got to keep it affordable.
We've kept it
So,
affordable,
yeah.
and here's what gets me is the fact that we use top of the line products, military grade products, as you know.
Hmm.
Um, and yet we are still able to make it affordable for the everyday fisherman. I don't know how we do it, Fluke, to be quite honest with you. I don't know how we're not losing out. But that's the main thing Tate wanted to do. He wanted to keep it affordable so that the kids that can't afford the big, you know, uh, expensive reel or rod, that they're now able to do that. He wanted to cater to the everyday fisherman, and that's
Yeah.
that's his thing, and that's what he's going to stay for.
Yeah. I know
Um,
how they do it.
how
It's Tate. It's Tate.
Yeah, it's Tate.
Tate knows Chinese. he's
Yeah.
he's
Well, that's
fluent. It's.
Fluke, that's the other thing we get all the time. I just answered a comment, I think it was yesterday, the day before. Oh, KastKing is mass produced in China. Why would we want something like that? And I'm like, blew my mind. I'm like, oh, let me answer this.
Hmm.
And I'm just like typing away. And let me explain this. And I told them, if we first of all, we don't just make products in China, we make products here as well. Some of
Yep.
our products are made in China. But if we did everything here as everybody says we should, or everybody says that it needs to be, do you think that it will be affordable like it is now? No way. Do you know that
Yep.
price is going to go up, 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 and up?
Yep.
It's never going to be affordable. And that's
Well,
our motto. And
yeah, the way things work in the manufacturing part of China and stuff like that, someone that speaks fluent Chinese, someone
mhm,
who is, there's a lot of politics, whether they like it or not, a lot of politics in
yep,
that. And the fact that Tate is there, he understands it. Plus, they have their own factory now. It's like it gets done. The way Shimano is able to keep their stuff always at the top of the line is they have a whole bunch of people there, and they get bumped in the front of the line when they make orders and stuff like that. They just have a lot of clout in
yeah.
those factories, and
That's
they get things done, and they get the best of the best, and that's kind of
that's
what.
That's what
That's
Jose just said. Jose said
Yep,
big difference is we have our own factory. We don't use the
yep,
same factories as everyone else, and that's exactly right.
yep.
Um, and see, a lot of people that make these comments, the keyboard warriors, the
Yeah, they don't know.
haters or anything, they don't know that. They don't know the other side.
Yeah,
And another big thing is everybody in this company are everyday fishermen like us. They're not somebody that's behind a computer number crunching and just trying to get the extra dollar out of you for the rod or
yeah,
the reel. these people are fishermen themselves, fisherwomen themselves, and they go out and they make sure they test the products, they make sure that everything's okay before they send it out, and then we get it, and then we test it like you,
Yep.
and make sure that it's okay. And if something doesn't work or something's broke or something's not right, we send it back, we work on it again, and that's how you improve.
Yep.
A lot of
Yep.
people don't know.
Yep.
Let me answer some questions here. We got a lot of questions rolling by here. Bob says when volume increases, prices will reduce more.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Uncle Yukon says, and young people starting out in life will be able to afford their sport. And the other companies also have their stuff made in China as well. Exactly, Uncle Yukon.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
yeah. I
like
mean, you can't.
it's.
There's no reason to try to avoid it anymore. But the
Mm,
best thing is what you really need to do is figure out how you can get the best out of those companies, how you can get them to produce the best product for you, and that's what Tate's able to do is to get that to happen because they have their own factory. So you got to win the game where it's played. You can't
you
stand
can't.
in the background and try to
You
win the
can't.
game. Yeah.
You can't. And it's trial and error. It's what it
Yep.
is, and we're always growing. Do you think we're automatically going to come out and be right on the top? No, none of these companies did that. They all started out from the bottom, where things that didn't work or things that broke or things, and they worked their way to the top.
Yep.
um Blue Skull Limp Biscuit fan says, what's up, I love fishing. Hey, hey.
I love Limp Bizkit. So.
Yeah. Yeah, same. I love fishing and Limp Biscuit too. Maddie says, do you have an MG12, Fluke?
Yes. Yep. And I tell you
I
what I
love
like to
that.
throw on it. I like to throw crankbaits on it.
You
So
like to
that
throw crankbaits on it?
yeah, well the MG12, it's got a small spool. And so the line
Mhm.
pickup, so it's like a 7-3 to 1, I believe, or a 7-5 to 1 gear ratio.
7-5 to 1, I think. Yeah.
So but the line pickup is about like a 6.6, 6.8. And so it's
Mhm.
more of it is a really, really good. I deep crank with it. I shallow crank with it. I throw spinner baits with it. It just forces me to slow down a little bit and I get a better, that's kind of where it's become. Um, and so I foresee in the future, and I don't know if this happening, just them taking what's in the MG12 and just making it a little bit beefier reel with a little bit bigger spool. And because the components in it are incredible and it
Oh
casts like
yeah,
an absolute dream. So
it
that's another
does.
reason with crankbaits, you want to get the furthest cast that you can get.
Mhm.
I can just about spool that thing out and it's great. So
It is so smooth. That thing just, I mean, it casts a mile. You put the
yeah.
finesse braid on it, our finesse braid, and I'm telling
Mhm.
you, that thing is bye. See you
Yeah.
later.
And it's really good for those lightweight, like this fall, I'll be throwing a Shad Rap #5, which is a balsa wood little tiny
I know
crankbait.
exact. I have it right. I
I'll be
have it.
throwing the mess out of a Shad Rap #5 this fall, and
I
you've
don't.
got to have a reel that can throw light baits, or you're just screwed. So
Yeah. Then that's the real for it. Southeast Georgia Kayak Bass Fishing says, hello, Gene.
yeah,
Big Peppo says, think about the fact most combos are still less than 150, which is awesome. And see,
yeah, that's
that's exact.
yeah, yeah. And the thing is most combos in like big box stores is what I'm talking about because that's where I have the most experience with combos. You have a
Hmm.
decent reel with a junk rod.
Hmm.
And KastKing's combos are their regular rods and their regular reels, and it's just
It all
you
works
don't.
together.
Yep, yep,
Um, Brandon Johnson says, use what you can afford, especially if you're just getting started. Get out there and fish. That's all that matters. Brandon couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better.
yep,
That's so true. Use what you can afford. Nothing says you have to go out there and buy a $500 reel, $500 rod just because of the name or just because, somebody says so or because you see your favorite, pro fisherman using it. Go out there, use something that you can afford that you're comfortable with, you know.
yep.
Um, I'm trying to think. I started out with a Shakespeare. Remember the Shakespeare
Mm-hmm.
reel? Yep, the combo again at Walmart. That's how
Yep.
I learned how to use a bait caster with the Shakespeare. I went out in my backyard and I was casting into my pool, and that's how you got to start. The big name reels. Gary says the big name reels have issues too. It's true.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. Somebody's got me looking up Mad Bite Chatterbait. Hold on.
Oh, Fishing Kid 13's in here. Hi, Fishing Kid. He says, I'm going to buy a rod and reel. That's so awesome.
Sweet.
Bob, I live in Summerfield, Florida, Central Florida. Fluke is in Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah, that Mad Bite is freaking sick looking.
Hi, Yak in Life. Melissa says she throws a 10-inch ribbon tail with my MG12. Oh, I like that, Melissa. I like the ribbon tails. Cranking and jerk baits, Jose said on it.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. The cranking and jerk baits. That's what I fished my jerk bait on this spring. I can't catch fish on a jerk bait after the spawn for some stinking reason. And there are people who can do it all year long.
I can't.
Yeah. Well, you're down in Florida. By that time, all the grass is up and you're screwed
Yeah,
anyway. So
it's so true. Uncle Yukon said shad wrap is what I caught my 10-pound largie on May of '94. 10 pounds, Uncle Yukon.
May of
God, you guys,
'94, Nikki was barely out of diapers.
I was
Goodness
10 years
gracious.
old.
All
That's
right, before
true.
we
It's
go
so
any
true.
further, everybody, Nikki and I have been friends for over a decade. You're gonna see me rag on her because she's my sister. So don't get offended for her.
It's so true. He's like my big brother. He's been
Yeah,
on me for years. I love it.
don't get offended for Nikki because I'm mean to her.
You're not mean. I love it. I can take it.
Uh,
Nikki, can you hand the torch to Fluke to announce the giveaway winner, Matt? Of course I will. Fishing is for folks who don't work. Oh, yes, I told you I would show you that sign. It's right here, but I don't want to move the setup yet. Give me till the end and I'll turn it around and show you. Because if I touch this setup, because we're losing service, I'm not going to take the chance of losing you
yeah,
guys.
a little paranoid, Nikki.
I'm paranoid. Slay all day says my issue with buying any combo is that they're always right hand crank. You have to order a lefty. I get it.
Yeah, it ain't my fault you're wrong-handed. That's not my fault.
You heard that? Slay all day. Uh, Big Peppo says I'm thinking about buying Mad Bite chatterbaits.
Those are the KastKing chatterbaits.
Those are the KastKing, yeah.
Yeah.
You
I didn't
should.
even know they existed.
Oh, you didn't know they existed? Let me
No,
see
I
if I
didn't
got.
know.
Let me see.
I thought I had
Uh,
dug through all of the website. I guess I haven't.
no, I don't. They're in my garage. Maybe I'll get them at the end. But yeah, we do. We have. I can't believe you didn't know they existed.
Mm-mm.
David Gelaco. Hi, Nikki and Fluke Master. I asked earlier if you have ever fished Smith Mountain Lake, Fluke, in Virginia.
I have not. I know a lot about it because I had some really good friends years ago that fished it all the time. I was born just north of there, northwest of there in Covington, Virginia, but
Really?
I don't remember it. I was 4 months old when we moved away from there. So,
Wow.
but yeah, I'm a
I didn't know
hillbilly
you were born.
from the hills of Virginia.
Wow.
So,
Fisher Brian says KastKing got me into the BFS. It's a great reel. So true, Fisher Brian. So true.
yeah,
And so much fun.
I think it's one of the best, and I'm not saying this. I'm not the only one that says this. There's several reviews, independent reviews on YouTube, says that's one of the best reels there is, or BFS reels there is.
It's
So,
true. I think
yeah.
so. And I'm not biased. I'm not saying that just because I'm biased, but um, I love like our setups. Like for instance, here we have. I don't know if I can get this off now. Up, we're tangled. Right here.
It's a spinning reel,
This
isn't
is a.
it?
Yep. I love that. I love our Kestrel spinning setup.
Yeah.
But I love all the finesse setups that we have. But my absolute favorite would be the Kestrel. And it's the whole rod and reel, the Kestrel rod, and we have a one-piece Kestrel rod now. But yeah, this is a whole beautiful setup. The carbon fiber frame there is just super light. This thing, the whole rod and reel setup is nothing. And that's what I love about it. But this thing can throw, I'm telling you, it casts a mile. And if you're looking for any kind of finesse setups, please check out KastKing. We have quite a few, but definitely look into the Kestrel. It's one of my favorites. I don't know about you, Fluke, but yeah, I love finesse setups.
Yes.
Oh, it's
Well, yeah, it depends on where I'm fishing. Lately, I have not been throwing anything finesse. So,
I was gonna ask, do you do a lot of finesse fishing?
I do on certain lakes. My home lake is got a bunch of big ones. It's a very now, I wouldn't say technique specific, but it's a you got to fish very technically on my home lake, and it's a public fishing area. It's one of the most heavily fished lakes in the state of Georgia, and so it gets a lot of pressure. So I'm offshore throwing big baits and stuff like that. So I
Oh,
actually fell
wow.
in there the other day.
Yeah,
Fell out of my
okay,
kayak.
tell me the story because you guys have to hear the story. We were talking about it, and then we just started the live, so you guys have to
Okay,
hear this story.
I will flip my screen around. All right, and I'll show you the video. So what had happened is I throw a bull shad trick shad, which the only place you can get them is at their store or when they drop them on occasion to where you can buy them online. So I had one and it got hung on a pallet brush pile. If you see this dark thing right here, that's a big plastic pallet. And I had it hung on there and I dropped my lure retriever down to knock it loose and my lure retriever got hung on the pallet. I hate those things. I cannot stand them. But anyway, so I've got $160 bait hung on that pallet. So my goal was to bring the pallet up alongside my kayak, and it weighed about 150 pounds. And so I have to off balance my body. And so I'm pulling this pallet up to get a hold of my swim bait. And I'll let you see what happens. First people to ever see this. Okay. So the lure retriever broke free and I went swimming. And so, yeah, and so that's the third time I've fallen out of a kayak. There's two different type of kayak
Oh
anglers: those who have
my
fallen out, and those who will fall out, and those who have. And so, I got my act together and got back in there. But I came around the other side. I'll fast forward it because this is a long video. I came around the other side, and
oh my
my
god.
well, that's the end of the video. But my swim bait actually popped loose during that too, and it was hanging right here, and I got it hung in my pants and had to cut it out of my pants. And so, but I got my swim bait back. Nothing broke. I didn't lose anything. I actually was able to
Uh,
dry out my microphone, and then the DJI Osmo Action 4, which is or what I use now, is waterproof. And
oh my
even
god.
when you don't have it sealed, it was being powered. So everything electronic ended up being drying out really good. And so that was last Friday.
Bob says your hat's still on.
And my hat's still on. And then yesterday, oops, nope, that's the wrong one. Let me go to the other one. Yesterday, I'm out fishing and I'm on the phone and I get my trick shad stuck in another fish attractor. Now, the one that this one is called the American Fish Tree. It's actually a one that the state bought. And it's just it's a pole with a bunch of looks like vinyl siding sticking out the side. But anyway, so
Oh
I
my
got my
god.
bait stuck on it and I couldn't get loose. And I tried for about 20 minutes and I'm like, crap, now I have got to go swimming. And once again, $165 bait. Yeah, I jumped in the water and you can't see it because I screwed up on the camera angle, but I swam out there
Oh my god.
and dove down 8 feet.
Oh my.
And you can see me hanging my bait up, broke the bait off the line and got and climbed back up in my kayak. So, yep, the world
No
of it.
sneakerhead. We didn't do that yet. We didn't announce it yet.
No, we
Oh
didn't
my
announce it in the
god.
winter yet. So,
Oh my god.
but I want you guys who ever wanted to kayak fish or anything like that, the one of the most important skills that you can have is learning how to get back up in your kayak when you're in open water. Okay. This is when people flip their kayaks over, is when they don't know how to get back up in their kayak. I have a ton of crap on my boat. And so open water reentry will save your life. And I practice this all the time. And so that is a life-saving skill, just being able to get your butt back up in
I
your
can't
kayak. And
believe.
when I was 270 pounds, I could do it. Now I'm what 190 something, 192, 193, and I can, it's a lot easier now because I don't have to get my belly over the side. But but yeah, definitely a skill to learn. But anyway, so that was my week in a nutshell.
Oh my god, I can't believe that. It was like
Yeah,
a comedy of errors. Oh
that's
my
right.
gosh. Did you
That's
laugh
right.
at?
It's
Did you
funny.
at least laugh, or
Oh yeah, I
did you
mean,
get
because
upset?
like no, like I said, there's two different type of kayak anglers. Those who have fallen in the water and those who will. And
Yeah.
so you gotta be able to handle it. And so and like I said, that's how people die is when they don't know how to get back up in.
Yep. That's
And
exactly.
so yep.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Oh my gosh. Hey, think of it like this. You're gonna have a story to tell. Another one of your stories to be able to tell later
Hey, I
on.
got it on video this
You
time.
got
It's
enough
great.
of. That's the best part. You've got it on videos. Now people
Yep.
can believe you.
It's funny. I told my son, and I told my wife. I already knew what he was going to say, but anyway, Jake walked in the door. I said, "Hey, Jake, I got another video for you." He's like, "What's that?" I said, "I fell out of the boat." He goes, "No, no, no." I told Jake. I said, "Jake, I fell out of the boat." He looked. The first things out of his mouth was, "You get it on video?" I'm like, "Yep."
uh, young sneakerhead, we haven't announced that yet. And for last week's live, we didn't do it. We rescheduled the live for this week. Um, yeah, everybody's saying your hat was still on. That's awesome. That
Yeah, I don't
hat's
lose
like
my hat.
I swear it's glued to you.
Uh,
It's on you so much your hair is now growing into the hat.
yep.
Oh, I love it. Safety first, said Dave Rowley. Uh, Debo
Goodness.
lost the 2K in gear flipping his kayak recently, if I remember.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
Oh
people.
wow,
Yep.
two
It's it,
2K. Oh my
and
gosh.
and the trick is to get your butt out of the kayak before it flips. You've done something dumb like me and are falling out, you
Hmm.
got to have. I mentally tell myself no. I
Yep.
just say nope, and that means get your butt out of the boat, and I will launch myself out of the boat, and then I'll work on getting myself back in, and that way I don't lose gear. It's when you try to save it when it's not savable is when you start to mess things up and lose gear.
Yep.
So
That's exactly right. It's like a mental thing.
yep. So when I get you in a
Fisher.
kayak this next spring, I don't want to hear it. You will be just fine.
Do I have to?
Yes, and
I
you
don't
will fall in
wanna.
love with it.
I can't wait. I'm excited. Fisher Bryan says, I've got a buddy that lost all his gear on the South Branch in West Virginia. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I can't imagine.
Yep.
I would
And I have
cry.
fallen out 3 times and I have not lost any gear, but the radio I was going after, I dropped the radio in the water and I reached and I leaned too far and I had to launch myself out of the boat. The radio is the only thing I lost. Everything else stayed in.
That's with all that
Yeah.
gear that you have, that's amazing
Oh
to me
yeah. I
because
mean, it's and literally nothing fell off the boat. So the only thing that fell off yet the other day was that box you saw me pick up and put back in and it floats long enough for
what
me
was
to be
that?
able to
Was
grab it.
that your tackle?
It was
Or no?
just some of my tackle. It was actually
Oh,
full of jackhammer chatterbaits, so it was a lot of expensive tackle. So
Freddie Delgado says, has he thought about inflatable kayak fishing?
I have. I just carry too much gear, and everything is electronic. And I know if you saw my kayak, you'd be like, yeah, that's a Tesla. I have
I've seen it.
175 amp hours worth of lithium batteries in that boat, and there's about to be more. I've got to add a few for the Starlink because it drains that 75 along with all my electronics a little bit too fast. So, but
That's
and then,
incredible,
but I
Fluke.
used to build electric boats, so I love that kind of stuff, and that's the only thing that's keeping me from doing inflatables. I think they're great for people who are very minimalist. I am not. And
Yeah,
so I'm far from it. I once I learned how to read a fish finder, I can't fish without one.
can't fish without it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
And
I
yeah.
agree. It's like your safety net. It's like a little,
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm blind. That's what I
yeah.
feel. I feel like I'm stinking blind. And before LiveScope came out, I was using side scan like LiveScope. I was spinning my boat and looking exactly where I needed to cast, and I would cast according to my side scan signal instead of and then LiveScope came out. And now you can just turn the transducer to it. So
Wow.
yeah.
Fluke, have you ever caught a baby swamp puppy, aka an alligator? And that was from Matt Dillon.
No, I'm smarter than that.
Have you ever accidentally hooked into one? None?
Nope.
No.
I've had plenty of opportunities, and I'm like, I really don't want to mess with something that can take my finger off. Nope, I'm okay. Let Chad Hoover do it and all them other knuckleheads.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah, there you go. Freaking Chad would. Chad.
Yep. I have
Uh,
caught a couple of water moccasins, that's for sure. and
Not
that
me.
just I
Stay
just
away from
donate
me.
the bait. They can have it. You know. So
Slay.
I did drown a water moccasin once.
Ooh.
I caught it on a top water. It was a popper, but it was like one of those Rico $25 poppers. I'm like, I want my popper back. And so I was like, I
That's
wonder.
how it starts. That's always
Yeah,
how it
I
starts.
said, I was like, I'm either going to bring this thing to the boat and beat him to death with my paddle, and still he may climb back in my boat and take care of me. So I took my lure retriever and dropped it down the line, and I sunk him down below the boat. It took an hour and a half for that thing to die and me to get it
Oh
back.
my god.
It sounds bad. I'd probably get a whole lot of hate for it, but dude, it was a water moccasin, and them
It was
suckers
a
are
water.
mean.
Hey,
They are
all fair
mean,
game. They are mean
and
and they
they will
can
put
hurt you.
me in the hospital.
Yeah, they can kill you. Slay All Day says, I have a two-man raft with seats and a transom. It's perfect for low-key pond hopping.
Yep,
Oh,
lightweight, can be moved around a lot. I like that. That sounds cool.
I like that. That sounds like luxury.
Yep.
Do I need to make FlukeMaster a drawing like I did for Nikki and AJ? Melissa, yes. Fluke, this one right here, that came from
Yeah,
Melissa. Yeah, she makes
cool.
those. And she made one for Captain Butch too. So that would be
That right
awesome.
there was painted by a fan of mine,
Oh, wow. That's
of
cool.
me.
Yeah, that's like what
Yeah.
she does.
Yep. And then that was cut out by a fan of mine. That's actually steel, made with a one of those steel laser cutter thingies. It's got a
That's
bass on it, and it's got my logo.
I
Yeah.
like that.
So yeah, and it'll end up behind me. Actually, I'm remodeling my office downstairs in the basement, and all this stuff's going down there. So yeah, it'll end up on the wall, I promise.
There you go, Melissa.
So yep. And then I've got
Bass fishing.
that one.
Go ahead.
That one was made by a fan. It was hand
Which
hammered.
one?
That one right there. It's got my
Oh, it's
logo on
hard
it.
to
You can hear.
see it.
Yeah, hard to see
Yeah.
it.
That's cool. I love that. I love that kind of stuff, you know? Anybody
Yep.
who makes things yourself, I just always put it right up behind me.
Yep.
I want
You know what
everybody to
those are,
see it.
Nikki, right?
I can't see it. What is
Those
it?
are challenge coins. You know what a challenge coin is.
Oh,
You were in the
yes. You
military.
have
Yep.
yes. Oh, that's so cool, Fluke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
I
are all
can't
my
can't
challenge
tell. It's
coins.
hard to see.
Yep.
How many you got there?
Oh, a bunch. Like I said, like I told you before we got online, they used to fly me around to these dining inns, and I was the entertainment because I played guitar and sang country music in the army. And
I don't know if
so
you guys know that, but now you do.
yeah, that's where I got a lot of those from. So, and then my clock is actually, so that right there is a clock, and it's got 30-06 bullets for the
Oh,
numbers,
I want that.
and then each minute is 45 caliber, just the ends, just the back end of the 45 calibers right there. So,
Oh my God. Slay All
yep,
Day said, thanks for your service, brother.
I appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. Um, how good is the KastKing Deadbolt? Bass fishing, etc. asked.
It is good. I don't like not having any drag. So that's a
Hmm.
personal preference. I have, it's a very old school thing. A lot of guys back in the day would lock their drags all the way down. Why, if you're
Hmm.
going to lock it down, do you even need a drag? So for those people who like to lock their drags down, flippers, punchers, that kind of stuff, people who fish really, really strong power baits and are using really heavy line, it's great. It's great, but
Yeah.
I'm so used to having a little bit of drag, even if I do crank down tight, that it just felt weird to me. It was different, and
Yeah.
I've still got it. I still use it from time to time, but the hook set just feels so different. I'm just like, oh, I just want a little bit of give in that.
A lot of
So
people, I was seeing a lot of comments on the Deadbolt, some good, and some bad, which, hey, it's going to come with every product.
yep,
But a lot of them I didn't like because, they were immediately putting it down without ever holding it in their hands, without ever
right,
using it. And a lot of them don't understand that there's different products for different applications. There's different rod and reels for different applications, different things that you might need it for. The
yep,
Deadbolt reel is a great reel for obviously has no drag, so it's great for pulling up those big beasts right here in Florida through that matted
yep,
grass and algae and stuff. So your drag doesn't slip. It's great for top water. You're out
yeah,
on the water,
yeah. Frog fishing.
frog
Yep,
fishing.
yep,
And a lot of people don't take the time to understand that hey, it may not be your cup of tea. It may not be something you'll use, or maybe you want the drag, but now there's a product that doesn't have the drag for people that want it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
what
love
would
it.
happen? What would happen to those people who would crank their drag all the way down? And literally, Mike Buca that makes the bull shad, he's the one that first taught me about this. They would take channel locks and literally lock their drags down with a pair of pliers, and it would destroy their drags over time. And so, then again, and so when who was it? What's the pro that you guys that had you guys design that one? Cliff Crochet.
Cliff crochet.
Yeah,
Cajun baby, yeah.
when Cliff, you got to understand what he fishes. Thick, nasty, matted,
Maddie.
stuff down in Louisiana, and so that,
Mhm.
same thing with Florida. If I was in Florida punching, and if I was frogging all the time,
Yep.
if I had a dedicated, which I do have a dedicated frog, that's what I would use it for. And
That's
you
what
will
small water
be
charters would say.
amazed at how much power that gives to you without destroying your reel by locking the drag down.
Yep,
So,
that's a small water charter said, "We fish thick South Florida grass, so we have our drag cranked down. That may work. We'll check them out." Yes,
yep.
small water charters definitely do that because, like Fluke just said, that's exactly what it's perfected for. That's why he went out there and did that. That's why Cajun Baby designed it, and that's what he
Mhm.
wanted. He was sick of that drag slipping on him,
Yep.
and you got to remember, this guy's a power fisherman. He's out
Yeah.
there just slamming, 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 and that Deadbolt reel is a powerhouse workhorse reel. It's just meant for just man, it's just
Yep. It's not a 12-pound cranking reel.
no. Rockwell Kepler says frogging or heavy duty flipping. Get a big one and you might throw your shoulder out, but you'll definitely bury the hook.
Yes, 100%.
uh David Gelalaco says, I love the deadbolt for heavy cover. Absolutely, David. That's exactly what we're
Yeah.
saying.
Yep.
Can we get a level drag conventional version of this reel? Bowed up with Mike says. What do you think, Fluke?
I think
A,
it's possible.
a
Yeah,
conventional
conventional version
version
of what reel though? Of the
of
of the
this reel,
deadbolt?
of the deadbolt, a level
Yeah, I mean
drag
it
conventional.
it has a level wind.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah, it is. It's a conventional with a level wind. So I don't know if that's the reel he's talking about or not.
every tool has its purpose. Freddie says, "Yep." Oh, bass fishing etc says, "Okay, thanks. I will be getting one right now." Yay! That's
Yeah,
awesome. That's what we like to hear. Let us know. Hey, if you don't like it, if you like it, let us know. Give us some feedback. Send us some pictures.
yeah.
Gary says, "I use my deadbolt and heavy cover." Yes, sir. Um, Yak and Life says, "When are you getting a fully rigged kayak, Nikki?"
I got to get her
Never,
in one first.
never.
I've got to get her in one first.
I can't. I can't.
I'm gonna put her in one of my PWRs, and it's got a motor. You don't have to paddle. I don't fish for exercise, so we're not talking about going to the gym. And I'm gonna let you motor it around and fish out of it, and you'll stand up and you'll walk around on it, and you'll be like, "What
I'm gonna.
has taken me so long?"
I'm gonna try it. I just
And I
got
know you worry
frustrated
about
that
hitting
day.
your rods behind you, but
Yes,
I don't do that. I don't hit. I rarely ever hit rods behind me. So
and I don't like sitting down, like
you're not
down
sitting
into
down.
the
Mm-mm.
kayak. Yeah,
This is not
I
one of
just
those. Your butt is 11 inches above the deck of the kayak. You're sitting in a lawn chair fishing is what
okay.
you are.
That's better. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. The one I've
Do what?
tried,
Yeah, you
yeah,
were in a cheap kayak. Do I look like
yeah,
somebody that wants to
no,
sit flat on my butt all day long and fish? No.
no, no, absolutely not. Nikki, you will fall in love with kayak fishing. Yak and Life says,
Yeah.
yeah. I believe you're right, Yak and Life. Well, look at you guys. You and Fluke. He loves it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, 300 said, is deadbolt similar to a reel with the drag locked down with the pliers? It has no drag at all. The drag is just, it's not there. There's no drag discs or washers or anything else. It is locked to the handle, is what it is. He says, I've always heard of locked down drags increase the wear and tear. That's what I was saying.
yeah.
That's
So
that's
yes,
that's what they eliminated because all it is just the main drive shaft
no
attached to the
drag.
reel. Yep, no drag.
Bass fishing says, what power rod should I use with the deadbolt?
I would use any of the heavies.
Hmm.
So
Maybe the Asagi. I would think
A
be pretty good
soggy
in
or
them.
any of the spiral that Cliff designed. Those are
Yeah, the
a
spiral rod.
little bit beefier. They got a little bit more backbone all through, throughout the
And there's
reel
not a
or the
lot of
rod.
give.
Yeah, not a lot of give. So that's what I would use it. And then any of the frog rods from the Asagi or any of the other ones, you can do that too.
Let's have a cup of coffee. Hey, y'all. Hey, what's going on? Any Deadbolt big tuna reels coming soon? Boat up with Mike asked.
I don't know. That would be cool.
That would be cool. That's a question to ask.
Yep, I'll put that in my notes when I talk to the big bosses.
Oh, there you go. You hear that, boat up? Texas rig with a deadbolt, Maddie asks.
No. You want a
No.
little bit of drag. You're going to be using fluorocarbon line probably. You're going to want a little bit of drag. So, the any of the other reels will work really. So,
Slay All Day says that would work for Goliath fishing in Boca Grande.
yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Can you imagine? It's a powerhouse reel. I mean, that's what it's
Yep.
meant for.
So, have you gotten one of the new Royal Legends Pros yet?
The rod of the reel.
Both. I want to see them. They're pretty.
You haven't seen them? I got them right here.
No. Jose, you're fired.
Look at this. We got.
I never thought I would like a purple reel, but my gosh, they're gorgeous.
Look at that. I got the light here so you could see me shining on that. Look at the color.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. Yeah, this is a beautiful baitcaster, Fluke. Let me give you a little bit of a close up. But yeah,
this gorgeous.
Isn't it gorgeous? I mean, this obviously the lighting does it no justice, but when you're out in the sun, there's a sparkle to it. And it's not like a girly sparkle. I mean, it's a cool, it's a celestial thing. So yeah,
it looks almost like it's two-toned or color shifting is what it kind of looks like.
That's what it is. It's got like that two-tone. So there's like blue, purplish, kind of like a reddish in there. Here's your side plate. Look at that star.
So I've always said that I don't fish with a model, with a super model. I fish with rods and reels, but that thing is gorgeous.
See, thank you, guys. Tell Fluke, what have I been saying this whole time? We just did a giveaway on this, Fluke, last week, I think, or the week before. And I said to them in all my posts on the live, this is the most beautiful product that I think KastKing has made. Reel wise, this is the most beautiful reel. It's just gorgeous. But look, they sent the rod. I have it right here. I haven't even opened it yet. We were saving this because now I'm going to be doing TikTok live. And so I'll be live on TikTok for KastKing under the KastKing channel. So if you haven't followed KastKing on TikTok, you guys need to head over there because I'll be doing the lives for them. And we are going to be, I'm not allowed to do this. Everybody says I can't use sharp objects. I have to. I'm sorry. But yeah, everybody says that it's, there we go. But you guys got to go over there and follow the live because we're going to be I'm going to have a whole setup here and they're sending me all these products so that I can do the live. Oh my God. Oh, Fluke.
Is it beautiful?
Oh, that's an understatement.
Is that a two-piece? Yeah, that's a
two-piece.
two-piece.
It's the first time I've seen it. Oh,
that's pretty.
My goodness. Yes, it does. Look at that.
So I just had a thought. Melissa, I need you to make another picture of Nikki, but I need one of her running with a pair of scissors. So.
No. No, don't do it. Oh, okay, do it.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my God, I love it.
There's got to be blood in the there's got to be blood in the picture somewhere.
Did you see that live when I was on?
No, I didn't. No.
Did you hear about it?
Yeah, we talked about it last time.
Yeah, it was bad, Fluke. And here I am. I'm trying to not show it to them, right? And blood is just pouring down my arm. And so I dunked it in the pond, and I'm trying to wipe the blood off. And they already seen it, which I didn't know. And it was, oh my God. And they've been on me ever since. Look at that. Look at the inlay on that.
That's pretty.
So pretty. There's a sparkle. There's the butt of it. Yeah, it's a beautiful rod. It's going to be a really good setup. And of course, then the rod. And I have the spinning reel as well, which I'll show you. But you don't have it? I can't believe you don't have it yet.
I'm Jose's fired. He's on my crap list now.
Jose, you're fired. You're on the crap list.
So I'll tell you
Um,
the one reel in cat that KastKing has that has surprised me was the Mega Jaws Elite.
yeah,
So
I always talk about it. Ask my
it's a
followers.
$130 reel, okay,
Hmm.
and I have it on my swim bait rod that I'm throwing these bullshad heavy swim baits with.
Yep.
And years ago when I first started throwing big heavy swim baits, I used an inexpensive reel. It was a $150 reel, and it caused a backlash. It was back then that was a cheap reel. It caused a backlash, and I lost a custom painted bull shad that was worth over $200. I didn't pay for them, and that's another story for another day. I've known Mike Buca since 2001, and he didn't start making swim baits until 2007. So I've known him a long, long time. And so, but that reel has held up since the spring of me throwing that big swim bait every day of fishing. And I bet I have fished over 175 days so far this year.
I
And
told.
haven't done anything to it or anything else. If that's not a testament to how good that reel is,
What
I
have I
don't know what
told
it
you from
is.
the beginning?
So,
I always said if anybody comes on the live or if they ask me out in
mhm,
person, what is your favorite reel? Hands down, the Mega Jaws Elite. Why?
yeah,
Why? Because of the A and B, the automatic braking system.
yeah,
That it's great reel for beginners, people that are just
yeah,
starting out and that are sick of bird's nest backlashes. It's gonna help you with that. It's gonna eliminate those bird's nest backlashes. It's gonna help you control the reel better. It's like having control better, in the palm of your hand. You're able to control it. And I love it. The Mega Jaws Elite, I think when KastKing made that, they really set the bar on that.
yeah.
That's my absolute favorite. Um,
Did I say $150 Yukon? My bad. It was an $85 reel. It was an old
yeah.
Abu
Yeah. Oh,
Garcia
yeah. The
$80 reel. I didn't mean to say 150.
$80.
I'm glad you called me out on that.
Yeah. David says Mega Jaws Elite is an awesome reel. Um, sup, Brolio Mendoza. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Freddie Delgado says, "What's the shortest rod and the longest rod you take on the kayak? Does it differ from the boat, or do you just transfer them between vessels?"
No, I just transfer
You
them.
know,
I used to think that a short handle was important, but my swim bait handle is super super long, and yeah, it hits my belly and gets snagged on my when I'm switching hands. It gets snagged on my life jacket. I just deal with it. But really, you need a long rod. If you're going to get kayak specific, you need a long rod just to make up for the loss of power in your hook set anyway. You need a little bit beefier rod. You need a little bit less stretch in your line. You need anything that you can get to be able to reduce that loss in power. Because when you set the hook, your kayak always goes towards the fish, no matter what you're doing, and so you're going to lose power on that hook set. So best thing is just if you're having a hard time getting hook sets, just either go up a power in your rod, go to fluorocarbon if you're using monofilament, or go to a mainline braid or something like that to reduce it, or just set the hook like a beast and don't even worry about it. So
absolutely. 150 on a
retail price for
GPS.
that one is $72 on sale right now on the website. It's $89.99 regular priced for the one that's in your hand right now. Somebody asked that question.
Just bought 198 band-aids from Costco. Thanks, Gary. I love you too, Gary. Shut up, Fluke.
Oh, I love it.
Does package the rods very well. KastKing does package the rods very well. Yes, they do. Never had, as you can see, I just open it right in front of me, in front of you. Yeah, it
Yep.
takes forever to open, but I
So
prefer that.
they don't ship multiple rods in a case either.
No,
You notice that?
no, they don't.
If you order a bunch of rods or more than one rod, they will come in
It
individual packages.
it comes in individual like this. And you know
Hmm.
what I like about these rod tubes? You could use these. Like, say you're gonna
Yeah.
go on a plane or you're gonna go somewhere. I save these. So
Yep.
it's nice to keep them around. I have a bunch though, like too many.
Yeah.
So,
I use them as firewood sometimes when I get a whole bunch of them.
what about our? Have a tried our Spartacus reels? So we got some
No,
Spartacus ones
I
here.
haven't. That's one of the ones I ordered from Jose last week. Yep.
Yeah, so we got the green,
The elite green.
Spartacus. Yeah, is that what you got? The army green?
Oh yeah, America. Come on now.
I know. Then you got the blue. I'm not particularly fond of this color. It's like a baby blue. And then we got this here. We got the black and the red, the classic.
Yeah.
So this is
So
a really nice one
so
too.
what I'll be doing over the next 6 months or so is getting a lot of these. My initial order of rods and reels were for me to use and beat up, and the ones I use for tournaments and stuff like that. And being new to the game, to the KastKing team, I wanted to just kind of steer away from the lesser priced ones for just my own personal use. But now I see how good the ones I've got, and I've ordered a bunch of the lesser priced ones. So I'm getting a Royal Legend, I'm getting a Spartacus, I'm getting a bunch of the lower priced ones, so I can go out and beat the crap out of them and see. So I have an honest opinion about them, and that I hate not having an honest opinion or not having an opinion at all. So I have to
Oh
put
yeah,
things in my hand. I have to use them,
you have
and
to try it out.
and that's the reason why I haven't done a whole lot of reviews. That outside of the fishing industry, I get emails every day from companies that say, "I wanted you to review my product," and I'm like, "I've never used it. I don't believe in it. I don't. Why would I want to review a product that I've never used?" And it takes me a while to use it till I feel like I've got to have a good opinion on it. So
Absolutely.
usually their timeline doesn't match how long it takes me to try stuff out and to get an opinion on it. So,
But see, that's the best thing is, to
yep,
have the time so you can go out there and try it out and see if it, if it holds up to what your standards are,
yep,
and
yeah, you're,
and that's what I love is your honesty,
yep.
about it.
Well, that's one of the only things I got. I either got my honesty or I don't. And if I don't, I'm not worth anything. So,
Gotta believe in the product before endorsing it. Absolutely, Melissa. And Melissa
yep,
knows most of you've been with me for a long time. That's I always say that all the time. That's why I stand behind KastKing. And if you guys know I'm honest, if there's something I don't like, I'll tell you. I'll tell you right away. Okay, I don't like how this one feels. I'm not gonna like this or
well,
but
and
you got
and it goes into you can't. I like I don't mind selling product. I love to be a salesman, but if I
yep.
don't believe in it, I can't sell it.
No,
I just can't. I can't talk about it as well as I can, as well as I need to in order to sell it if I don't believe in it. And that's true
it
with any
wouldn't be right.
sales, anything. Yeah.
It wouldn't be right. Um Real quick too, Fluke. You checked out our have they given you any of our
No, I need to order some, and I've got a modification to those already, and I haven't even put one in my hand. So,
yeah, these are a hyper seal.
yep.
And then of course this is what I'm going to do a giveaway on one of these days. But yeah, this is our hyper seal. There's different sizes you guys could see. These things are absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, Fluke, you're going to love these.
Jose, are you
Uh,
still on? If Jose's still on, just expect another message from me with a list. If Nikki keeps this up.
if I keep
Uh,
showing you,
so
and then
so in the kayak world, and I don't know if I should say this or not, because it's an idea that I want to pitch to KastKing is I want a raw or a tackle box that stands up on its end like this without tipping over.
oh,
And the
okay, I
reason
see.
being is because we're always reaching behind us in our boxes, and all of our boxes are like this. And if you pull one of them out, the one next to it falls over, and you can't put it back in with one hand a lot of
Right,
times, and
that's
so
a
they
good
get hung
idea.
up and stuff. So in the kayak world, we need them that stand up like this instead of lay flat. So
You gotta pitch that idea to KastKing because honestly, that's
yeah,
a really cool idea.
I thought about that the
Um,
day before yesterday, and I just haven't talked to anybody about it. A
Now,
snackle box.
we have a. I wanted to talk about baits real quick. We have a gentleman. I don't know if he's still in the chat here. His name is Ray Snowpeck, and he makes these beautiful gator baits. And he also is got some other ones that are coming out. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that one, but he makes these really cool. Look, check these out. So me and Fluke were just talking about them. So it's naturalselectionlures.com. So here is one of them. Look at that. So it literally looks like a baby gator. Check that out. And this one has propeller feet. You could see the feet turn like that. The feel to it's absolutely amazing. You got a nice white bottom here. The hooks are so sharp. Look at that trailer hook there. And see, that's my problem with frog fishing. I've always had an issue with catching fish on frogs. Always. I've given 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, set the hook, nothing. I could just never get them to hold on. So I'd always use trailer hooks, and still, I couldn't really get on anything. But these are so cool. Ray makes these baits. So you guys can see we have different colors. Here's the albino one. This is so cool. I am so excited to go out there and try this. But
And that's a
these are,
hollow body.
yeah,
Those are hollow body.
these
Okay,
are
so he
hollow
makes.
body.
I'm looking at his website. He makes a couple of hollow bodies, and he has one that's just soft plastic.
Yes.
So yeah,
And then you can, like I said, you can get the ones with propeller feet, or if you don't want that, you don't have to get that.
yeah.
But they got the striped body, as you can see on this one, like the natural color. And then the albino, which this is sick. That is a really cool looking color. But I think this would be really cool, Fluke, to go
Yep.
out there and try. So he's going to be sending you some of these baits. But for you guys in the comments, please go and check him out. I'm going to have him on the show one of these days. We're going to set up a time and he's going to come on and explain the baits, why he's made them this way, what they do, the fish that he's caught on it. He sent me a video, I think it was of a 10-pounder he caught on one of these babies. And that's naturalselectionlures.com. Ray is a really cool guy, and they are really, really cool baits. I have not tried them yet. I have not been out on the water to try them, but I'm so excited to try them. But yeah, we could have some fun with these, right, Fluke? Go
Oh
out there.
yeah,
I mean,
I
can you
got a
imagine?
tournament. Not I got a tournament in Louisiana in October. I might have to try one in practice.
Oh
So
my goodness, that's gonna be sick catching a nice one on
yeah,
that.
it's gonna be a top water tournament anyway.
Oh, he's saying use code Alex15 at checkout. They walk like a dream. There he is. He's the one. He's slay all day. Okay, so I'm sorry, I just caught onto that. Right, you're slay all day. He said use code Alex15, and that's naturalselectionlures.com. So if you're interested, he makes all kinds of really cool stuff. Go and check out his site. Check out his baits. I'm telling you, so worth it. And he's a really great guy. And we're going to have him on so he can talk about the baits and everything. But I just wanted to introduce it because he's going to send Fluke some as well. So
We haven't done the giveaway yet, sneakerhead.
No, still acting on the giveaway. All right, so let's get to the giveaway quick because we have a couple people in here that want to talk about the giveaway. Today's giveaway, we are going to do it on, where are they? Here they are. We are going to do today's giveaway on the Hyper Seal tackle boxes. So this is going to be an awesome giveaway. You guys can pick the size that you want. Now, it's just 3 simple things for this giveaway that I ask for you guys to do. You got to be subscribed to KastKing. So you got to click the subscribe button, be part of the family. Number 2, you give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the show or a thumbs down. I don't care. And number 3, leave us a comment about the tackle boxes. Are you going to use them for your kayak? Are you going to put them on the boat? You're going to go pond hopping, throw it in your backpack and use it? Just any comment so that we can pick a winner. You come back next week and we will announce the giveaway winner. Okay? So that's easy. So that's just 3 simple things, guys. Again, that's a Hyper Seal tackle boxes. If you don't know anything about them, I did a show on them. We did a bunch of videos. All you got to do is just click on it in the YouTube under KastKing, and it explains everything about those tackle boxes. They're really cool. Also on Facebook as well and Instagram. Love the Hyper Seal. Who also likes it? Melissa says she loves the Hyper Seal. She needs more. All right, Melissa, you know how to enter. Go on the boat, pond hopper. Yo, Nikki, y'all sponsored Everyday Beach Life, right? Rami, Everyday Beach Life? I'm not sure. I'll have to check into that. What about striped bass lures, fish layer? Oh, you mean for Ray's baits? We'll have to ask him.
Everyday Beach Life is a YouTube channel. There's a guy on a YouTube channel. So yeah.
Oh, okay. And when we do we?
I think so.
Okay.
If not, he uses the stuff.
David says Hyper Seal tackle boxes are all I buy now. That's awesome. Booster says it too. I've been down with a blown out back all summer. Missed my daily fishing trips. I hear you. Please feel better, get better, rest up. I would use those tackle boxes on my coming soon kayak to replace my disintegrating Plano boxes, Eric said. Muller. Yeah, everybody needs one. They're really great boxes, guys. They really are. Let me give you guys a little up close about it real quick. And then we'll talk about, we had a giveaway for the Deadbolt reel. Melissa, you're in here. Can you tell me, we did the giveaway for the Deadbolt reel. Was that last week or the week before? And we still have to announce the winner, right? Because we didn't do the show last week. So we had to reschedule. Yes, you do. Okay, Gary, thank you. Week before, wasn't on last week. Okay, so it was the week before. Okay. So I tell you what, since we missed it because we weren't on last week, I'm going to give you guys another week. So when we announce the giveaway winner for the Hyperseal tackle box, we'll announce the giveaway for the Deadbolt. So you still have more chances, okay? So check this out. So this is the, look at it. This thing is so cool.
So yeah, it's one hand open.
Yep, one hand. Look at that.
So one thing I can tell you about those one hand opens, go ahead and close it. I'll show them something. Close it up. So if you were to have it like we do in a kayak, sitting like this.
Like this?
Yep. And
Or
if
like
you,
this.
yep. And now if you were to grab it from the bottom side and pick it up, that latch will come open.
Yeah, like
So,
this,
yeah,
you
if you
mean?
grab it like that and try to pick it up, the latch comes open. But if you grab it from the other side, flip it around 180.
Right. Oh, you mean
Yep.
from this way?
Yep. And no, from the latch side. Yep.
The
If
left
you
side.
grab it from the clear side with your fingers on the clear side,
Yes.
it won't
Yes.
come
And
open.
it won't
But
come open.
they come open if you lift them up from the bottom side.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know
that's
what
the
you're talking
trick.
about.
I've heard
Yeah.
complaints about those a lot. You know, the planos and stuff like that do that. And I'm like, just flip it around and pick it up from the other side, dummy. You know?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, you know, when they float in the water, it'd be easy. You know,
Oh yeah.
hey, you fall out of your tackle box. Yes, they float.
Yep,
You
they'll
fall out of
float
your,
long enough for you to collect them.
Yep, they float long enough so you can go and grab them. But everything's nice and sealed in there, waterproof. So if you got some rain or you're dealing with some, you know, some water, it'd be nice. Your baits and everything is nice in here, nice and protected.
Yeah.
But it's a great box, guys. And you know what? There's no weight to it. It's just light as like just super light. It's
Yep.
a great tackle box.
And
And
they're
I love this
only,
latch.
how much are they? They're $21 a piece, I
But
believe.
I think we come with a, there's like a
They
two
come in a
pack or a
kit.
three. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. This came with 3, so I don't know if. Oh no, it came with 2,
Okay,
so I
so
don't know.
a kit of 13600, which is the smaller one, and the 13700 is $30. It's
Yeah,
25% off now, so that's $15 a piece, which is amazing.
yeah.
Yep.
Look, there's a ruler here. Look at that. So you can measure. Look at that. You can
Yeah.
put the bass on it. So if you lay it down here, if you got a fish, you can measure your fish. That's pretty cool. I like this. It's got everything in one. It's a great tackle box, guys. Like I said, different sizes as well.
Yep.
All depending on what you need, and great for kayak fishing, like Fluke said. So that's the giveaway, guys. Again, you guys know 3 simple things to be part of the giveaway. That's it. And then for the Deadbolt reel, since we didn't have a show last week, you guys come back next week and I'll announce the giveaway winner for that, because I didn't pick the winner yet this week because we didn't have the show. So we'll have 2 giveaways next week to announce, and that'll be good. And definitely check out Natural Selection Lures, guys. Again, these things are really, really cool, these gator baits. And that's Ray. And yeah, that was great. Let's ask a couple more questions so I can let Fluke go. I know he's got a lot he's got going on. He's got to get ready for. Oh, and the moisture wicking, Melissa says, helps keep the lures dry. Yes, that's what I
Yep.
love about it, Melissa. Thanks, Gary. Love you, Gary. Vox Guitar says, a slot big enough to fit a cell phone would be awesome if you get caught out in the rain unexpectedly. Vox, that's a pretty cool idea. I'm not going to lie.
Yep.
That's a cool idea. I mean, think about it. If you're already making a waterproof tackle box for the baits, you know,
Yeah, it's just a matter of just reconfiguring
just hey,
the inside.
we're
So
telling you this, Fluke, because you got to write the list down. You got to go present it to KastKing. Slay all day said, whoop, thanks again. So much fun. Thank you, Gene. I really appreciate it. That's Ray.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. Arsenic Element said, I checked out the website and just bought the albino one. That's so cool. Thank you, my friend. He's going to love that.
It did, Rockwell, it did start 2 weeks ago, but
It
she didn't
did.
have it last week.
We didn't have the show last week. So it's going to give you more time. That's all. Learned my lesson with that. It opened up all my terminal tackle on the floor of the kayak. Freddie, I'm sorry.
I've done it.
Yeah, me too. Is that waterproof seal? Yes, it is. Me. The latch is slightly different than the planos. Yes, David. I like that. I love that latch. The hyper seals actually float. Yes, they do. Looks pretty tight. Definitely. Um, what should I do for trolling? Fish Slayer is asking. Are you are you asking like
Equipment wise, or how to
yeah,
do it?
yeah, that's what I'm confused.
Yep. So I troll all the time. I troll a chatterbait behind my kayak all the time when I'm in grass lakes.
Yeah.
Fastest
Great
way to find
show.
fish.
Thank you, Angler Dave. We will forgive him for the hat. Oh, Stephen Beaver says we will forgive him for the hat.
Must be a Florida fan.
I'm at the lake. Let's see what today brings. Good luck, Big Peppo. Have to get Fluke a KastKing shirt. Yeah, where's your KastKing shirt? We
I
all
don't
got them.
I don't have them.
You don't
I've
have them,
lost so much weight that
Jose.
nothing fits me anymore.
Jose, we got to get on it. I mean, you got to get on it.
That's on my list I sent him a few days ago. It's like I just need casting apparel in a size large. I don't need a 2X anymore.
Hope everyone. Hey, AJ. AJ's in the house. All right. All right, guys. Well, make sure you guys be part of the giveaway. Again, those 3 simple things. We're going to be doing it on the Hyper Seal tackle box. Also, check out the natural selection lures from Ray. Those gator baits, they're really cool. And we're also going to announce the giveaway winner for the Deadbolt reel next week, along with the winner for the Hyper Seal tackle boxes. And yeah, there's one thing I wanted to know, Fluke. I've always wanted to ask you. And I don't think I've ever asked you this before about
Uh-oh.
fishing. No, no, no. It has to do with fishing. What is your confidence lure? It's always been a question. Mine is a lipless crankbait. It's always what I go to, or a
Mhm.
wacky rig. Wacky wig worm if I can't catch anything. But if you're out on the water and you can't catch anything and you're just sick of it, and what is something you'll always turn to that always seems to pop on a fish for you?
That changes all the time.
Is it change all the time? You don't have like maybe one that kind of like you're so
I
confident with
guess
that
it depends on the, like, if I'm on Gunnersville in a grass lake, or I'm on, it's gonna be a bladed jig. It's gonna be a chatterbait. The
could be
new
a chatterbait.
Evos, yeah, the new Evos are really, really good. I've done a lot with them lately, but it just, I guess if somebody told me I had to go catch a fish and
Hmm.
had one lure, it would probably be a shaky head,
A
you
shaky head.
know,
Wow,
just a shaky
interesting.
head. I mean, if I had to go out and just catch a fish and it didn't matter what size it was, it'd be a shaky head. So,
Okay.
like
Okay.
this week I'm on one of the KBF monthly online tournaments, and I was in second place or third place going into this week, and several inches behind. And all I did was I grabbed my trick shad, 7-inch swim bait,
Hmm.
and fished for one bite every day is all I did. And I got 3 big ones yesterday, and I got one a couple days before that and stuff like that. But if I have to win a tournament, it's going to be, and I need big bites, I'm going to be throwing big baits, and that's what I'll have
Okay.
confidence in. But if I've just got to go out and catch fish, it's going to be shaky head. Not a wacky rig. You guys can have that.
You don't like the wacky rig?
I'd rather
I
watch paint
always seem to
dry.
catch them on it.
Oh, I catch fish on them too, and I've gone through hundreds of them this year. But I'd rather watch paint dry than throw a wacky rig. Come on.
Wow.
It's like watching the grass grow. Oh
You didn't have to
man.
do me like that, Fluke.
It catches
Uh,
fish and it catches a lot of them, but I'm just not. I like to
I
feel
get
my
it.
bait.
I'm just messing with you. Yeah, I get it.
Hmm.
But that's cool. I just something I've always wanted to ask you. I never really got a chance to ask you all these years. I'm
Yep.
like, what is there's got to be something he'll turn to or go to,
Yeah, but
Um,
I haven't had to go to go to a shaky head in a long time. I've fished them because I fished lakes that's what they were biting. But yeah,
we
I like trying new stuff.
Crappy
So
Kev says, "How about the janky rig, Fluke? The janky rig? I've never heard
oh,
of it."
some people call it a chicken rig. I think that's what he's talking about. I've used it a couple of times for a video, but that was about it. It's just and it catches a lot of fish. It's a finesse technique, is what it is. If I think that's what he's talking about. So
Okay. Freddie says, "Thanks for the show. Really great. Thank you, Freddie." Love and Dean, the God Machine says, "Jerkbait shadow wrap." We were just talking about that, weren't we?
yep,
The shadow wrap. Yep. Gene, you know you love the wacky rig. Stephen Guthrie Fishing said.
and he knows better than that because he fishes with me.
Oh, okay. See? Tell it all. I want to know, Stephen.
Steven is my internet stalker. He'll tell you that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, so definitely get your hands on that Fluke. So
I can't wait. It's so pretty.
I know it is. But guys, that is everything for today. We're gonna let Fluke go. Gosh, we stayed on quite a bit, Fluke. When you're having fun, time
Yep.
flies. Time flies. Make sure you guys again be part of that giveaway for the Hyper Seal tackle boxes. And again, we'll announce the Deadbolt reel winner next week as well. And that's it, guys. I can't thank you enough, Fluke. It's always such an honor and such a pleasure to have you on the show. We always have so much fun. We've known each other for so long.
Yep.
I always look up to you, and you're like my big brother, and we always have a great time. And I'm so excited to film some content with you. Get out there and
Oh
go
yeah.
into the kayak. Yes, I'll do the kayak. I will do it. Can you imagine me first getting into the kayak? I'm gonna
Oh,
fall in the water.
you're gonna be like, what took me so long is exactly what it's gonna be. So, a sleigh all day, green pumpkin, black and white. Pretty simple.
Nav
He asked what
12.
colors.
Okay, Nav 1209. How do I become part of the giveaway? Three simple things. Hit the subscribe button. You got to be subscribed to KastKing. Number two, give us a thumbs down or thumbs up for the show. And number three, leave a comment. Just say Hyper Seal tackle box or tell me what you're going to do with it, just so I have a comment to go by. That's it. Thumbs up comment. Thank you guys. Thank you, Maddie. And again, thank you so much, Fluke. We're really excited to see what you got going on for your
Yeah, guys,
tournaments.
make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok because I'm gonna start live streaming all of my tournaments where I'm just gonna I'm figuring out how to make my cameras work, and you guys will be able to follow my tournaments every single day, even during
I can't
pre-fishing.
wait.
So it's gonna be
Guys,
fun.
if you don't well, you guys can go back and rewind and watch, but Fluke talks about the Starlink that he's got
Yeah,
set up now so in his kayak. So he's going to go out there and film, all the time while he's out on the water in these events. And it's going to be a blast. It's
yeah,
changing the game. It's going to be great. And I'm really looking forward to that, Fluke. So
yep. Sleigh all
thank you
day,
again.
exactly, or exactly. He's asking me what colors on the of the.
Oh, for the,
So
okay,
yes,
for the baits.
the answer to these last two questions, yes.
Want to take the those vision. Awesome. But all right, guys. Again, thank you so much, Fluke. I love you. Thank you so much for coming on again. This is second time, and we'll have you back. I want to,
Yep,
I want to hear about the tournaments. I want to give some more questions answered for everybody, and we always have a lot of fun. So,
sure.
but I just got my first Brutus spinning reel from you guys. I have to say, it's quickly becoming a favorite. Nav 1209. The Brutus is a really underrated reel. It's a great spinning reel. Have you fished with it, Fluke?
I don't fish with spinning reels very often.
Yeah, that's true. Can't wait to check it out. You are the master, David said. Oh, that's awesome. Uh, Uncle Yukon. All right, guys. Keep grinding, stay strong, always stay humble, and as always, keep on fishing. And we'll catch you guys in the next adventure. Love you
Thanks,
guys.
all.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Love you, Fluke. And we'll catch
You
you next
too.
time.
All right.
Bye, guys.